What's up, YouTube? My name is Jason, and this is my take. And I'm back with another video, and today we're gonna be reviewing the new Lil Durk album, 7220. Chicago rapper Lil Durk is back with a new album. And while I'm familiar with his work, this is the first time I'm listening to a solo album from him. Now, the last album that I did listen to by him was 2021's The Voice of the Heroes, which was a collab with Lil Baby, a project in which I thoroughly enjoyed. Their chemistry was great and how they meshed together. I surprisingly enjoyed it, and I returned the tracks from it. So I was just hoping for those type of performances from Durk on this new album over here, 7220. 7220 being the number of the address of his grandma's house, who was somebody who raised him. Is very instrumental in his life. And I gotta say, first time listening to Lil Durk, solo-wise, and I'm impressed. I enjoyed this. What really did it for me was just Durk, his energy, his melodic performances. Like he had a lot of great moments on here over a lot of bangers. A lot of these beats were hidden, like, man. And let's start off the highlights with the song AHHH. The song being a banger is truly an understatement. And Durk was just aggressive and determined on this track. And it kind of makes sense why, as this track is a response to NBA YoungBoy and what he's been saying about Durk's late friend, King Von, who tragically passed to gun violence. And if you didn't watch my YoungBoy review of Colors, I kind of briefly talked about the song that inspired this track by Durk. Hopefully, like I said, this doesn't end in actual violence between these two or people affiliated with them. Just don't want to see more artists who are doing a lot and inspiring a lot of people getting killed. But another highlight is the song Shootout at My Crib. Mainly because of Durk's flow on here. And on here, Durk is talking about, just sitting back and trying to make smarter decisions, from hiring security to not being involved in illegal activity like he used to be. And while I did enjoy this track, there was a line on here that was absolutely cringe and just like, why? And he says this: I ain't gonna cap, you gonna smell perks and lean when I fart. I love the plucky strings on the melody of the song No Interviews. And they give this very hard-hitting trap beat a lot of brightness and color. Content-wise, nothing really stuck out when it came to what Durk was saying, but just his flow and his cadences on here made this a very catchy track, in my opinion. Another catchy track is the song Petty 2 that features Future. Oof, the 808 on this song. Like, this track knocks. I love Durk's energy on here, and the hook is just so catchy. Like, you can't forget it. And Future had a cool performance. Honestly, overall, I came out of this more impressed with what Durk contributed, but I enjoyed Future on here as well. I want to quickly mention what happened to Virgil, as Gunna really stuck out to me on this track. He had a higher energy, and I enjoyed how he rode this beat. It was nice. I usually come out of a Gunna track feeling bored or thinking that his flow was more sleepy, but he had a lot of energy on this one. I gotta mention the track Smoking and Thinking, because the way that Durk comes in on this verse and how he was flowing was absolutely insane. On this song, Durk is just reflecting on, what matters to him the most, more specifically the people in his life. And when it comes to the death of King Von, for example, it's just making him look at what's around him, from his family to his children, to his close friends, and just realizing how much he needs them and how life just wouldn't be the same if he didn't have those different people in his life. Durk and Summer Walker team up once again on the song Difference Is, as Durk was a feature on her song Toxic off her last album, Still Over It. And man, they just both sound great together, like they did on the last time they collabed. And Summer just had an amazing feature. Loved her performance. The song Love Dior Banks also really stuck out to me. It started with some live drums, like a live type drum pattern that shocked me, and Durk flowed over it. Like it's not the typical type of drums that Durk would rap over. And Durk just stayed in a really good pocket as the trap drums came right back in. So this is overall just a really well put together song, and I could really see Durk performing this live. Now listen, this is not a perfect album. and we just gonna kick it right off with the song Grow Up, keep it on speaker. And honestly, the first track of these two, Grow Up, was solid. Like, I didn't really have issues, but it was like very short, maybe like a minute or so before it transitions. When it gets to keep it on speaker, like it's Durk singing, man, just really threw me off. He had a lot of great performances on other tracks, but his singing was just bad on this one. The song Federal Nightmares felt pretty basic to me. It didn't do much in my opinion. Usually I like layering with like deeper inflections, but the layer vocals, the deeper layer vocals of Federal Nightmares are really bothering me. Like, it sounded weird behind Durk's voice. And then there's a song Pissed Me Off. It's honestly just the drums and the mixing on this one. And I really enjoy like this spooky, like haunting sample, but the drums, and when they come in, they just sound really drowned out. Like they're not hitting like they're supposed to. And finally, we have the closer, Broadway Girls featuring Morgan Wallen. We have a country crossover here. Morgan Wallen comes in and is singing. But these two did not fit. Honestly, I did not like this track. You know, a lot of people do these type of crossovers between genres, and it works. A lot of times it can work. A lot of times it doesn't. And here's an example of when that happens. But listen, I came out impressed with this album, and I'm glad that this is the experience I got being my first time listening to a solo Durk project. And Durk's performances, like I said, and you know, what he does melodically really stuck out to me and really just had me impressed, and returning the tracks on here. So it's making me want to go back and listen to other Durk projects. I know he drops pretty frequently, so I'm gonna definitely give those a listen, and I'm looking forward to what he does in the future. I will definitely be checking him out when he drops again. So I'm gonna give this album a 7 out of 10. What are you guys' thoughts on this new Lil Durk album? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What were your favorite tracks? Let's have a discussion down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another week of Jason's Take. I'm off to LA for my birthday. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I'm Jason. This has been my take, and I'll see you next time.